This is day 35 of our Leetcode daily question series, and today's question is sort the jumbled numbers. Okay, so in this question, we are given with two vectors or two arrays, mapping and nums. And now, what we need to do is we have to sort this nums array on the basis of the values mapped by these values from this mapping array. So, like for this example, this 9 will be mapped as what is at the ninth index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At the ninth index, the value is 6. So this 9 will be mapped as 6. This 9 will again be mapped as 6, and this one will be mapped as 9. Okay, as the first index is 9. So this value, the mapped value, the mapping of this 991 will be 669. Again for this 338, what will the mapping at the third index? What we have at the third index, we have 0. Again at the third index we have 0, and at the eighth index we have 7. So the mapped value for this 338 will be 007, which is 7, and for this 38 it will also be 07, so it will be 7. So what we have, the mapped values are 669, 07 and 7. So after sorting, we have to sort this nums array on the basis of the mapped values. So at the 669 is the largest, so this 991 will be the at the right side, at the most right side of the of an array that will return. So like in this example, 991 is at the right side because it is the last element, because 999 was the biggest element, because 669 was the biggest element. Okay, so that 669, 0, 7, 7 and 7 are sorted, so these two values are same. Okay, by mapping these two values are same, these two values are 7 and 7. Okay, so this 338, it is coming first, so it will also be first in the array which we are returning. As in the given, the element of num should be sorted like here. Elements with the same mapped values should appear in the same relative order as in input. Okay, so this was the example. Like it is also explained, map the number 91, mapping of 9 is 6, and mapping of 1 is 9, and so on. So the 338 and 38 share the same mapped value, they should remain the same relative order. So 338 will be first, and after that we will have 38. Okay, so what we can simply do is we will simply make a vector of pairs, and we will sort them. We will convert these values into the mapped values, and we will sort the vector of pairs which will contain the values nums and also contain the map values, and we will sort it on the basis of only the mapped values. As it is given, we don't need to sort on the basis of these values, and we will return the answer array which will be the nums after the sorting order, which we will extract from our vector of pairs. So let's understand it more briefly. So in this given example, nums is given as nums equals to 991, 338, 38. So now we have to map the values by the given mapping array, and after that we need to sort the nums array based on that array, based on the mapped value that we will get. So what we can do is we will simply make a vector which will contain pairs of integer, and we will sort them by the second value. Okay, or we will just place it as the first value, and we will sort it by that. We will use a comparator. Okay, so now let's, before that, first understand how the mapping will be done. So as in the given array, nums is 991. So in the given mapping array, okay, in the given mapping array, all the values that are corresponding to the index are the values that we have to replace. Like in this given array nums equals to 991, this 9 will be replaced as 6, because in the mapping array the index 9 points to the value 6. Okay, so the value 6 is at the index 9, so we will replace this 9 by 6. Okay, so what will be our mapped array? Okay, so we can name it as mapped value. Okay, or we will name the mapped value as the pair of vector. So how the mapping will be done is we have to simply replace this 9 by the value at index of mapping of 9, which is 6. So this 9 will be replaced as 6, this 9 will also be replaced as 6, this 1 will be replaced as 9, as mapping of 1 is 9. Okay, so the first value the corresponding mapping value for 991 will be 669. For 338, what will it be? So for 3, as 3 points to 0, so 3 will 0, this 3 will also 0, and at the 8th index we have 7 in the mapping array, so we will replace 7 as 8 by 8. And for the last value, this 3, what is the mapping of 3? So mapping 3 is 0, so we will write 0, and for 8 we have 7. So these two values are same, and in the question it is also given, if the values are same, we have to return in the same order as it was in the given array. So what we will return? So we have to return an array as these two values are same. We have to sort this array by this array. Okay, we have to sort this array on the basis of this array. So in this array the minimum value is 7. Okay, these both values are same, so the minimum value is 7. So what will be the first value in the returned array? So when we return the array, the first value will be 338, because in the both values are same, but 338 appeared first in the given nums array. So 338 will be first in the array we will return. After that we will have 38, and after that we will have 991, because 991 was the biggest. Okay, 669 is biggest, so we are sorting by this new vector that we created. Okay, so the sorting is going by this vector 07 007 okay, 7 7 and 669. So this is the sorted order. Okay, now let's understand how we will convert this 991 into 669. Okay, so there is a very simple way to just convert it into string and iterate over this string and convert this 9 as 9 minus 0, which will give 9, and take the value from this, what is the value at index 9, which is 6, and we will change as 6. This is a simple way, but in this way we have to take extra space to make a string, so we can reduce that space and time complexity will be same. What we can do is we can simply, like for this 991, what we can do is, for this 991 we will take out this 1 by taking the mod of the value. So we will take 991 mod 10, and it will give us 1. And what we will do is we will simply check what is at the index 1. So at index 1 it is 9, so this one will be replaced as 9. Okay, this one is replaced as 9. After that we have to check for an next value, so we will divide this value. Okay, so after that 991 will be divided by 10, which will become 99. The last value will be deleted or removed. After this, in this 999 we have the value at 1's place is 9, so we will again take mod. So 99 mod 10 will be 9. Now we got the second value. By this method we got this 9, which is the second value, and we don't need to push the map of the 9 at the right. We don't need to write sum into equals to sum plus reminder. We just need to, what we need to do, we will take a iterator, or we will take any value. Let's take a ITR, and we will multiply ITR. We will initialize it as 1, and we will multiply it ITR into equals to 10. We will multiply ITR by 10, because what we need to do is we need to place the mapped value of 9 before this value. So what we need to do as the mapped value, what is the mapped value of 9? So mapping 9 is 6. Okay, so mapping 9 is 6. We want to place 6 here. Okay, we want to make it 69. So how can we make it 69? We need to multiply that 6 by 10 and then add with the current value. Okay, so that's why I'm using a variable ITR. So as the ITR will be 10 for the second iteration, so we will just multiply the current reminder by ITR. So 6 will be multiplied by ITR, which will be 6 into 10, and 6 into 10 plus 9 will be our new value. Okay, 6 into 10 plus 9, which is 69. So this value is also gone. After that we have the last value 9, and we will repeat this step again. Okay, so if we repeat this step again, ITR will be 100 after this third iteration, after the second iteration. Okay, at the third iteration ITR will be 100. So when we get the reminder by taking this, the mod of the 9, because after the 99 modulus 10, after the second step the number will again be divided by 10 and it will become 9, and after that mod of 9, what will be mod of 9? Mod of 9 will be 9 also. So we have to we will again check the key mapped value. So map of 9, mapping of 9 will be 6 again. So now we want to place 6 here. Okay, 669. So what we can simply do, we will multiply the 6 by 100, which is the current value of ITR in the third iteration, and we will add this. Okay, so we will write 6 into 100 plus the previous value 69. Okay, so it will be 600 plus 69, which is 669. Okay, so we need this 669, and that's how we convert without using string, without using extra space. Okay, so this will be a simple iteration, simple while loop, very similar like the way we reverse the numbers. Just a simple change, we have to just use a ITR or any variable, and we can change this value by its mapping value. Okay, and we will do the same operation for every value, and after doing same operation for every value, we will have a map. Okay, so we will make a pair of these two vectors. Okay, 99, 338, 38, 669, 07 and 7, and we will just sort this pair. Okay, we will sort this pair by the first value. Okay, we will sort this pair by the first value, and very important step which we have to know is that if we sort this map value pair inside by a sort function, and so what will happen, it will sort like for this example, let me explain it. 998, 338, 38, 669, 0. Okay, we can write 7 because 007 and 07 are the same. Okay, so what will happen if we sort this vector, this pair of vector, this is a pair of vector, let's name it as any value, we will name this as mapped value or any value, so any name, sorry. So what will happen if we sort it by this? So after using sort operation, it will see there are two values as 7. So what the sort operation does, if we are using a sort operation on a pair, what will happen, it will check the first value, and if the first value is equal, so if the first value is equal, it will check the second values. Okay, and it will give the first value, it will give the smallest value by sorting as the value which is smaller in this array. Okay, so if we sort this vector, what will happen, it will give us output as 38, 338 and 991. Okay, because I will explain it more briefly when I will write the code, but for now just understand, if we are using a sort function on a pair, okay, this is a whole pair, if we are using a sort function on a pair, and if it finds the two values equal, it will check the corresponding values and will sort on the basis of those values. But in this question we don't need to do this, because in the given question, as if we are using the sort function, what is the output? It is 38, 338 and 991, and our desired output was 338 first, because 338 came first in the question. So for this, what we will do is we will simply use a lambda expression. Okay, a very simple lambda expression in which we will write, we have to make the sorting on the basis of these values only. Okay, so we will just take it as first value, take it as second value, and we will return as a dot first is greater than a dot second, and that will be our a dot first is greater than b dot first, and that will be our whole code. Let's code for the same to understand it more deeply. Now let's write the code. Firstly, we will declare some variables. So let's take integer variables I, j, sum as 0, reminder, and as nums dot size. After that, we have to take the vector. So vector pair, as I discussed before, it will be a vector of pair of integers. Let's name is as mapped value. Okay, now after that, what we need to do, we need to iterate over this nums array, and we have to create these mapped values, and we have to insert the both values in a in our new vector of pairs, and after that we will sort it on the basis of the new values. Okay, so let's iterate first over the vector. So for I equals to 0, I less than n, which is size of the nums array, I plus plus. Now what we need to do, we need to make this value again and again. So as we have done in a lot of the question, like reversing the question, we will just take sum as 0 and we will make this sum as the new value, the mapped value. Okay, and let's define another integer element as the current element for which we are doing the operation. So element will be nums of I, the current value in the array, and we also have to take the ITR, as I discussed, ITR that we will use in the operation. So ITR will be 1. So for every element we have to do the operation, and one edge case is if element is 0. Okay, so if element is 0, we have to return the value corresponding to that element. Okay, because we can't do the operation, we can't use a while loop to generate the map for that element, because 0 can't be divided by 0 and other methods. So if element is 0, we will just simply return the map of that value. So sum equals to the mapping array, which is given mapping 0. Okay, as simple as that. And if element is not 0, we have to make the mapped element. So that for that we will just simply write while element not equals to 0. Till then what we need to do, we were first simply taking the remainder, and after that we were changing the value of sum. We were changing the value, like if I got remainder as 9, what we were doing is we will changing it as the ITR into the current remainder plus the previous sum. Okay, and after that we will just divide our element by 10 and multiply the ITR by 10. So let's write all these lines. So remainder will be element modulus 10, the ones value. After that sum plus equals to the current mapping, the whole thing that I discussed here, because I'm writing in the code. After that element will be divided to get the next value in the next iteration, and also ITR will be multiplied. Okay, so we can close the while loop here. While loop is started here and closed here. After that we just simply need to push both values in the vector, the current value and the current new value, which is sum. Okay, so what we will do is we will simply write mapped value, which is our new vector, mapped value dot push back. The first value is sum, we will insert the first value is sum, the new mapped value, and the second value will be nums I, because we have to return the previous value in the, you have to return the original value of nums I in the answer vector. Okay, so now what we have to do is we will simply sort this mapped value vector on the basis of the first value. For that we will use a lambda expression. So let's write the code for that also. So we will sort mapped value dot begin, this is a bracket, mapped value dot end, and after that the lambda expression, we don't need to take any other parameter in this. The values in the mapped value vector are in the form of pairs, so we are converting the pairs of integers. So pair int comma int, let's name first as A and second as B. So and A, and another pair pair int and B. So these are the values we are comparing, and after that we have to simply return it as return A dot first less than b dot first. This all thing I'm writing because we need just to sort on the basis of the first value. If both values are same, it will also compare these values by this vector, and it will give the value at the starting, it will give the smallest value as the smallest value in this array. So that's why we need to write return a dot first less than b dot first. So by doing this, we are sorting on our opinion. Okay, now this sort function can be closed here, and after that we will simply create an answer vector, and we will iterate over this vector and take the second value, which is our current value nums I, which was our original value, and we will push in the answer vector, and after that we will return our answer vector. Okay, so let's create another vector int answer that we have to return, and we will simply iterate over this vector, the mapped value vector, which have the mapping, so I less than n, I plus plus, and after that what we need to simply write is we will just push the second value. So after sorting, the second values will be pushed, like for this 338, 38, 991 will be pushed in the return array, and it will be our output. So answer dot push back map value I dot second, because we pushed the nums I in second. Okay, simple. And after that we need to simply return our answer, and here we can close our function, and this is the whole code. Now let's run the code. Let's submit it. So the code is accepted. Thank you for watching.